Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you might be. My name is Marva B. I am the owner, CEO, and founder of Black Link Magazine, and this is the Black Link Experience. And we have a special guest, Mr. Sean Ardoin, with us tonight, and we're going to get to learn all about Sean. Sean, go ahead and tell the world who you are and what you do.
I am Sean Ardoin, two-time Grammy-nominated Creole rock and soul and Southern soul artist from Lake Charles, Louisiana. I do all kinds of stuff, because in this life, you got to have at least 5 streams of income. So, I'm an artist, a touring artist. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm a success coach. One of my most recent successes with coaching is in 2020, the guy who won the Grammy Educator of the Year award is one of my students, Mickey Smith Jr. Yeah, and so that. And just all around, just serving humanity, trying to make the world better. And,
That's awesome. I love it. And I love whenever we can get out and serve our community. That's what we're all about, is to be able to serve our community and not expect anything back. And that's what we do over here. So I love it. I love it.
Right.
Yeah. So let's get into your music first. Let's talk about your music. And I want to know, at what point in your life did you start music? Did you know it was going to be music for you?
When I was 5 years old. 5 years old, I was I used to be in church. We grew up Catholic here. Black folk down in the South Catholic. South Louisiana, all Black folk Catholic.
Okay.
Yeah. We so we Creole. So that's the Creole people, Creole Black folk is all Catholic.
Okay.
My dad didn't learn how to speak English till he was 9 years old.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he spoke Louisiana Creole. So I used to be in the church, and I used to hear that the choir was in the back, and I used to hear him singing, and I used to be like, "No, if they would do this, it would be better. And if they do that, and then I'd harmonize with them, and then I would just have visions of seeing myself performing in front of a sea of people, just thousands of people, And so that was since 5 years old.
So since 5 years old. Yeah, that was early. So you just kind of knew, that's what it was going to be for you.
Right, because I'm fourth generation.
Yeah. So
I'm in the history books of Louisiana. My great uncle is the first man to record Cajun or Creole music. My grandfather was a legend, Alphonse Boissec Ardoin. The one that started was Amédée Ardoin. Then my grandfather, Alphonse Boissec Ardoin. Boissec means dry wood. He got that name because every time it would rain, he would go and run to under a tree because he didn't want to get wet. And my dad and his brothers were the Ardoin brothers. And then me and my brother had a band together. We broke up in '99. I came to it with this. And so, I'm fourth generation. We're in the history books. I started a band called Creole United to maintain the Creole tradition, create some new Creole standards. And we had a performance at the Library of Congress. So now I'm in the Library of Congress as well. So, this music thing is all I do. And in 2003, I did Southern Soul because I realized that we were playing these dances. Down here, we have dances, right? So the music, the Zydeco bands played dances. So in the dances, we had to play all kinds of stuff. We played music for them to Zydeco to, music for them to slow dance to. And, so it was always a mix of things. And I realized that the Black folk down here, like rap, hip hop, R&B, country, Southern soul, and Zydeco. And so I never had a problem mixing up styles. And so I did a Southern soul song, 2003, did 2 of them and put them on my CD. And that was whenever Burn CDs first kicked off.
Yeah.
And so it got hot all on I-10. I-10 is Interstate 10 for y'all who don't know. Yep. So Baton Rouge, Lafayette, Lake Charles, Beaumont, Houston, all the way up to Shreveport. And then I started getting calls from Detroit, Philadelphia, DC, Virginia, and Chicago, and one spot in New York City that was playing this song. But whenever you don't see the person, you don't have a desire to be interviewed, to see that person play it live. Right. They loved the song, but they didn't know who I was. So I never got to play shows for it. So whenever I decided to do this Southern Soul thing, this rip, I said, that's the song I'm going to redo because, now they're going to see me now.
Yeah. That's awesome. I see a bunch of instruments in the back. So you're an all around musician.
Yes, I do not play guitar. I do not play guitar, but you got to have that stuff. You got to have that stuff. I can produce keyboards. So like if I need to play it, I can play it, but I can't play it behind you singing. I was a drummer first, and I play accordion. I'll show you right here. This is what I started playing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the accordion.
Can you hit it? I mean, make some noise.
Yeah, it's let me get a little bit more light. I'm gonna have to do like so
I want to do it.
right? So this is diatonic. Diatonic is like a harmonica. So it's one note is two different notes. One button, two different notes.
Wow. It seemed like that'd be difficult to learn.
It would be difficult to learn if you didn't grow up hearing it all the time.
Yeah. That's awesome. I want to do it. Okay. All right. So anyway, so tell me about some of your gigs that you had along the way. You've shared a lot with us, but like as far as touring, you talked about touring. Let's talk about that. That's been touring. Touring is a big deal.
Been touring the world since I was I started playing professionally at 11, and I've been touring the world ever since. So I've played so the countries I've played in is let me go. That was so America, then you go Scotland, the entirety of UK. So that's London, that's England, Scotland, and Wales. And then Sweden, Holland, Italy, then over to Japan, Australia, Brazil, Mexico, and I think that's it. Bahamas.
Oh.
And the Bahamas.
Wow.
So that's been my life, touring the country and doing that.
And so you're currently out touring. Do you have plans to go out and tour?
Well, yes, if people would do right. Everything in October. I got one concert left in October that's still going on. Now the good news is once the Southern Soul people hear my song, the R&B and Southern Soul people hear my song, that industry is a little less regulated by the big stuff.
Yeah.
So I'll be able to add those dates, and that'll be awesome. But as far as the Creole Rock and Soul that I play, I got the Ardoin Festival in October, and it's still on. They canceled the Fried Chicken Festival in New Orleans, Jazz Fest, French Quarter Fest, all canceled. And in December, I'm still scheduled to do it in December. The Lake Charles Symphony, where I'm from, Lake Charles, Louisiana, Lake Charles Symphony is playing my music with me and the band. That's going to be really significant. I'm excited about that.
Sean.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm glad that we were able to snatch some time of yours to get you here so that you could share with the world, what you're doing. So let's talk about other artists. Do you work with other artists? Are you in a group? Is it just single? Tell me about that.
It's Sean Ardoin. I'm the artist, and so when I do the Southern Soul, it's just Sean Ardoin. When I do the other music, it's Sean Ardoin and Creole Rock and Soul.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Now, in 2009, I did a Christian Zydeco CD. That was Sean Ardoin and ROGK, Reflection of God's Kingdom. Okay. The other band was Sean Ardoin and Zydeco. It's just, to be an artist, as you can tell by the glasses, to be an artist, you want to be able to be free to grow. Yes. Somebody was like, well, why don't you keep doing the dances? Well, the dances were 4 hours, and it's kind of like being a cover band. Uh-huh. You have to play certain songs at a dance, but whenever I'm doing my show, You came to see me and my 19 CDs worth of repertoire.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? You had to become. I realized at some point that I had to become an artist, because if I didn't become an artist, then I was replaceable.
Yeah. Come on. Let's talk.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's talk about the music business.
Do we really want to talk about that?
Really? About the music business, and here's why. First of all,
how much time we got?
With the time that we do have, but listen.
Right.
So I have an 18-year-old, and I'll tell everybody that was trying to break into the music, and then so I'm out here trying to learn everything about the music business, to kind of help him. And then the things that I hear, I'm like, I wish I could just sway him into not wanting to be in the business from the stories that I hear, but he's so into it. So I want to know from you, tell me about the behind the scenes and the business part of this industry.
Well, first of all, if he's already gotten a taste, it's too late.
Yeah.
We're called to this life, man. And we're called to this life. God shut me down in 2006. Like I was touring the world, making a lot of money, and he was like, stop. So I stopped. And then I had to just sit down. And there was some things, I was almost 400 pounds. So I lost weight. I got sleep apnea. I had to get the machine, do all that stuff. So I got all that stuff straight. But that time that I wasn't playing, he let me come back and play. The time that I wasn't playing, I was miserable. I love being in a van, being on a plane, being rolling, seeing different people, being able to make people get the opportunity to choose to be happy, because you can't make nobody do nothing.
That's right.
What I'm saying? So, okay, music business. It's called the music business because it's business, it's not the music play. It's got to be business. So you gotta, whatever your business is, you have to brand yourself. Look, I'll show you this.
Yeah, Sean.
you gotta. Oh, you can't see it with these, but.
Oh, I love it.
You gotta brand yourself. On top. you have to brand yourself. Number one, and I tell my son, who's an artist. I tell him, I said, look, if people don't look at you and say, oh, that guy's probably a musician, you're doing something wrong.
Okay.
Because number one, you don't want to have to explain. You know what I'm saying? So you need to look like what you say you are. Then you need to brand yourself. And it's consistency plus discipline equals results. You got to be consistent, Yeah. So now as a young person, as an old person as well, but as a young person, you've got to get on that social media and master it. Because today is not like it was when I started. Today, if you can get your followers up and you can get in that 5-6 figure follower range, now you have an opportunity to get money. Although I wouldn't suggest you take money because it's just a loan.
Come on.
Getting a record deal is just a loan.
So would you say independent or the machine behind you?
Well, a machine behind you is nice,
okay,
but what's the cost? So you better have a great lawyer. You have to have an entertainment lawyer to be able to negotiate those contracts for you, So you get a great entertainment lawyer, but it's all about the work. See the music business, 10 to 15% of it is music creation and music performance. The rest of it is hustle and flow. Doing interviews. Like I wish I could show you this list. I'm servicing the For You, the single, and with 3 different DJ services, right? But one of them, every time somebody downloads it, I get the rate, downloads it and rate it. I see what they rated it. They said, oh, great song, 5 out of 5. So when I get those, what I do is I click it and I send them an email. Hey, would you like a drop?
Okay. What's the drop?
I do what everybody else won't do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm working, I'm hustling. I'm never satisfied. Right. A drop is whenever hey, this is Sean Ardoin. My new single is For You. It's out everywhere where you listen to music. Go and check it out. Thank you, Black Link Magazine, for this interview. We'll see y'all on Thursday night.
Okay. I should have got a drop.
Should have got a drop. I was ready. Well, you can still get a drop. Hey, this is Sean Ardoin. Check out my interview on Black Link Magazine. Click the link above. Yeah, I can do that for you. It's not a problem.
Okay.
But it's the little bitty things like that that separate you, because the music business, everybody, it's like pro football. Everybody wants to be famous. Everybody wants to be in the music industry. But do you want to work? Because if you don't have that, if you're not a skinny little, you know where I'm going with that. If you don't have that look,
you
know what I'm saying? If you don't have that look, then the machine ain't coming for you.
Yeah. Yes.
So you got to hustle. The machine's going to come for you once you show that you have a proven record of being consistently disciplined and get them results. Once you start getting those followers and stuff like that, then you can do it. But that's when you're going to have to ask yourself, if I'm making this money on TikTok and YouTube and Facebook because people are engaging because I'm putting out good content, do I even want to give up a percentage of that to a label? You know, the rule of thumb is this, and then we can go on to my single. I don't know how much time I got, but I will talk.
No, let's just go. I do have another interview after this at 8:30, but we got to.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because I will talk because I love giving information to young people and people who are trying to break.
Maybe we do a part 2.
Right, there you go. So look, to the rule of thumb is this: you need to find 1,000 people who will be loyal fans to spend $100 with you a year.
A year, you can do that.
It seems like it'll be easy, right?
It's not, though.
It's not. So not.
And I say that because I have on my YouTube channel, when I started my YouTube channel, I stayed at 100 people, 200 people forever. Now it's at 78, it's only at 7.8 thousand. But I don't take that lightly because it took forever to get to 7.87K. I mean, it took like a year and a half to get there.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's not easy to get 1,000 people. Not even.
It's hard. And, and that's the thing. Then this young generation wants everything overnight, and it's just not happening. Now you're going to look at my, everybody go follow me at Sean Ardoin, SeanArdoin, SeanArdoin. Go follow me, because the thing is, I don't have those big followers, but because I've been doing this so long, I have fans all over the world. So, and my fans are, they're not necessarily super active in, social media, but I do have a younger base that's active, and I want to expand that. So,
that's good.
Another thing for me is when I'm motivational speaking and I'm coaching people. This is what I let them know. I said, look, life happens at the speed of relationship. Now, there are many people who say that, right? Mm-hmm. But I add the other part. The other part is life happens at the speed of relationship, but your relationships will determine the speed and direction of your life. Facts. So, like, for instance, I got on NCIS New Orleans, right? I performed on NCIS New Orleans, my band, me, live, right? I was on Queen Sugar. I did Southern Charm New Orleans. I was on Stephen Colbert, and Good Morning America a few months ago, I think in October. It was in October. But all that happened because of relationship. So the NCIS thing happened because this guy was a sound man at a concert I was playing, right? And I talked to everyone. Those people who are stars and they don't talk to folk, or if that thing ever dips and you have to call folk, they will remember you.
That you wouldn't talk to me.
They will remember you.
Yes.
I don't do it out of fear. Yes. I do it because I genuinely love it, but I understand that because I do it, it affords me access. Short, and I remember what you're going to say, but I just want to finish this up. Okay. I talked to him. I was nice to him. I told him what I needed. He asked me if I had my stuff, and he said, "Hey, do you own your own music?" That's another thing to tell you, son.
Yes.
I own my own music. I own my publishing. I own my songwriters. So he said, "Okay, cool. Well, I'm the music supervisor for NCIS New Orleans." I was like, right? But listen. Patience.
Yes.
That was a whole year and a half, 2 years.
Wow.
And one day he called. One day I mistakenly hit him up, and he says, "Oh, Sean, hey man, I need some Zydeco music." "Well, are you free this day?" "Yep." "Okay, we got you." And the NCIS New Orleans episode opens up with me playing.
Oh my God, that's such a blessing.
Yeah.
And you know what? Also, it's right. Building relationships and the way you treat people. I don't care who it is. You treat everybody with kindness, because you never know when you might need that person again. I was talking to another artist, and she was saying that she was very introverted, like she was scared to talk to people. And I just kind of, said, you got to get out of that. If you want to progress, you got to go talk, get amongst people and talk to them. invite yourself there and to talk, to start a conversation. She's very scared to speak to people. And she's really like, she said her career is just kind of stagnant.
Well, you know what? That's a problem. But you know what? She's not alone. Right. So many artists are introverts. The special artists are the ones who can come outside of their introversion on stage, but it's very hard to get them out of that away from the stage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But me, this is how I am. And on stage, I'm on 10.
Yeah. See, for me, my husband says I'm not, but I'm introverted whenever I'm around a bunch of people I don't know.
Yeah.
Right. But
yeah, you're an extroverted introvert.
Yes. But then if I have to come and say, Sean, I didn't know you, but I'm coming to where you're performing and we have an interview, you better believe I'm going to be meeting people, talking to people, because I know that's what I need for my magazine, for my work.
Exactly.
Yeah. Introverted.
Yeah, but you're an extroverted introvert. And tell me if I'm wrong. So since you're telling me that's how you are, so that also means that you have a cutoff time and it happens very quickly. Like when you're in a social event and you go, oh, I got to go. Done. And you look for the exit.
Yes, because I'm like, you get this feeling. I don't know, but I've gotten better. But I felt her pain because, like you said, she's not alone. I felt her pain. But then she's like, there's no way you can be introvert. You interview all these people and you talk to all these people, because I have to step outside of my comfort zone if I want to grow. And that's what I hope I left with her.
Yeah, everybody has a little bit of all of them in us. It's just what you nurture, what you feed. You know, she's choosing to be that way.
Yeah.
My wife is an introvert, but she's like you. She's an extroverted introvert. Yeah. She can be, if she knows you, and if she don't know you, she just be like,
that's me.
My wife worked in a jail. She worked in corrections for like 26 years, something like that. So she just watched people.
Watch everything.
She just watch.
That's why I'm an observer. I observe.
You can come for me, but you better watch for her.
Right. Yeah.
That's my ride. That's my ride to live right there.
That's awesome. That is so amazing. So let's turn the tables a little bit, because where we do connect is I come by way of, you're not going to believe this, public speaking. And so I create, and that was a part of me getting out. People wanted me to tell my story and I always would say no. And the moment that I told my story, I was like, all right, this ain't so bad after all. Tell me what got you into, and it helped people. Tell me what got you into the public speaking. Was it something that you went through in your life and you just had to get it out and tell people?
No, I sold cars, and the dealer that I worked for, he made us watch motivational speakers every day. And I was like, all they're doing is using the Bible without saying God. I can do that. And then I was like, you know what? I think I want to do this. And then I went and started talking to some kids, because kids need it.
Yes.
So I started with the kids, and that's why I get to see it say get to work thing, because I do it with kids mostly, and then I progress from kids to everybody, because this is a universal principle. See it said, get to work. You got to see what you want, because if you can't see it, you can't get it. You have to say it every morning and evening, because you got to put it in the atmosphere. When you put it in the atmosphere, now it has to happen, because you're powerful and your words have power. And then you got to get to work, because if you don't work, nothing is going to happen. It's just a dream. And if you don't write it down, it'll never happen. And writing it down helps, because now you can visualize it and see it. If I was to pull up move that green screen back there and show you my board, it's got stuff all over it. Yeah. Oh, wow. So that's how I got the Grammy nominations.
Wow. Let's talk about your Grammy nominations.
So in 2018, I called Aaron Lindsay. First of all, at the January 1, I wrote my goals down. Yeah. And I said, I will win a Grammy this year. I will win multiple Grammys this year with Aaron Lindsay. That was one of my things. And then the Holy Spirit was like, text him. So I hit him up. Well, Instagram. I hit him up on Instagram, and he responded immediately. It's New Year's Day.
Yeah.
And so from that time till about an hour later, he's like, wait, call me. So I called him. Now, Aaron Lindsay is a 6-time Grammy Award winner. Israel Houghton's producer, Roberta Flack, a whole bunch of people. He's a beast, right? Blessed to be in relationship with them, right?
Yeah.
And so we were talking on that day, and he says, well, what do you want? He asked me, what is your goal? What do you want from this relationship project? I said, well, I want to win some Grammys with you. I want you to help me take my music to another level. Help me realize my vision, and I want to win Grammys with it. He says, well, I'm gonna agree with you. Let's start. And from January to December 6th, I was announced as a 2-time Grammy nominee. Now, this one album got me 2 Grammy nominations. First one was for the album, which was in regional roots, right? That's a smaller category, about 50 albums. Right. But the single was in Americana, and Americana had about almost 500 entries in the single category, and I was top 5 of 2018. I was nominated with Willie Nelson, John Baptiste, Anderson East, I think his name is. Anderson East, I think, Brandy Carlisle, and Brandy Carlisle. Yeah, those 4, and I'm the 5th.
John Baptiste win it.
John Baptiste.
Yeah,
he didn't win it. No,
I thought he won it. Okay.
No, Brandy Carlisle won it.
Oh, Brandy. Okay, Brandy. Okay.
Yeah, Brandy Carlisle won it.
I love John Baptiste. I love him.
Yeah, he is awesome. He's the one that got me on Stephen Colbert.
Oh, that's your relationship at Steve Colbert. Okay.
And how did I meet him? Through my relationship with Trombone Shorty.
That is crazy. See, it's really, if people really listen, it's really about relationships.
So also, I with the Grammy situation, I was on the governing board. I was on the governing board of the Memphis chapter is Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee up to Memphis, and Missouri up to St. Louis. And I've been on the governing board for 2 terms. And then the way the Grammys work, if you're on for 2 terms and you don't have an office, you got to sit out for a year. So I sat out for a year and I ran for president, and I won president. I'm the first president outside of the city of Memphis to be president in that chapter. The Grammys has 12 regional chapters. I'm in the Memphis chapter. So I'm the first president outside of Memphis since the inception of chapter in 1975. And the killer piece about that is right before that election, I had to declare in January that I wanted to run, but I was running for mayor of my city at the time. I got the highest, I got second place, highest percentage of any Black candidate in the primary in the last 22 years. In the rest of the country, we went forward. In Lake Charles, Louisiana, we went backwards. The Republican mayor was able to convince Black influencers to support him, and they supported him, which is common these days. Yeah. And it was a blessing because I get to stay in the music thing, and I get to flourish here.
Yeah,
you know,
what you love most. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I love my city. But they got what they asked for.
Yeah. What I was going to say is that I'm from a small little town in Oklahoma. And,
yes.
People are like, how did you get these people? How did you get that person? How are you interviewing? Like, who in the world would think you way here? Well, it's because of relationships and because I treat people with kindness genuinely. Like I'm not faking who I am. I can't. I have to be them. And then I do believe in the law of attraction. I do believe what you put out there, it will come. It will come. But I like what you say, get to work, because if you don't have any action behind it, it's not, I mean, it's just like you said, it's a dream. It's
a dream. It's a fantasy.
Yeah. And so the reason that I'm having these connections like with Sean is because of relationships and people, you know, and opening my mouth and speaking. So
yeah, if you don't ASK, you don't GET.
Well, music is the biggest part of your life, but you do a lot of good behind that. And so people need to know that as well. It's just me. How do you juggle all of that?
If I'm not, I feel out of place. Like my wife is like, she's like, because we were doing something, and then she's like, why are you doing that? Because here in Lake Charles, Louisiana, we've had 2 hurricanes 6 weeks apart.
Yeah.
Hurricane Laura, Hurricane Delta. Yeah. Then we had a 100-year freeze. And we had a 100-year flood, and all this in the middle of the pandemic. And then we had another major flood a week after the first flood.
Yeah.
So we've got 5 declared national emergencies within one calendar year. And so I'm doing these things. I ran for office. When I finished running for office, I said, I've discovered that our babies, our high school kids, we in a city of 80,000 people, we had 11 state championship teams for high school. Yeah. One school had 6, and the school that had 6 didn't even have a school. The school got destroyed.
Yeah.
So these babies are living 30 to 40 minutes away. They're living in tents. They're doing stuff they're not even able to practice. And they won state championships. And so I said, you know what? It's a big deal. I know the mayor's not going to do anything. I'm going to do it. She says, why you keep putting stuff on you? I said, listen, it's nothing for me. I made 3-4 phone calls, done. You know, whenever after the hurricane, people were here. We had started coming back, but the cable company was out. So I said, what do we need? They were like, if I could just see the news, see what's going on. So I put on Facebook, I said, hey, I need help. We're going to buy digital antennas and give them to people. People sent me money. I gave out 100 digital antennas. You know, she's like, why you keep doing this? I said, look, you know, she's like, why you keep doing these things? She said, you stressing out. I said, baby, if I'm not doing something, I'm stressed.
Yeah.
My hands have to be busy.
We are so alike in those areas. My husband is always saying, why are you interview after interview? You got magazines, because if I don't do it, I feel out of place. This is what I love doing. And I'm helping people.
And if I can't be playing music, I need to be helping people.
That's it. And so that's just, and so he's like, okay, I got you back, whatever. You know, you need to. So
you know.
What do you feel like has been your biggest accomplishment that you're very proud of? Like, you're proud of all of it, but when was it you was like, I'm Sean, like I made it? Or do you
I haven't made it, because even though I have all these accomplishments, I'm still shooting for something. You know what I'm saying? I got 2 Grammy nominations, but I didn't get the Grammy.
Right.
So it ain't done.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? People know who I am, cool, but I'm not a household name. Not that I need to be a household name, but more people need to know me than not.
Yes.
And so I'm not there. So I just have a burning hunger. My hunger is for my legacy.
Yes.
I'm pushing for legacy. When I leave this place, yes, I'm in Library of Congress. Yes, I'm in the state of Louisiana history books. Yes, I'm in the library. Yes, I'm all of that stuff. My family. Yes. Got the nominations. But I want them to know that I pushed the envelope. I held the tradition down, the Creole tradition in Louisiana, the culture, all that. I started the Creole Hall of Fame. So much stuff. Much stuff. I'm not gonna talk about that because that'll get us going down another thing.
Yes, but I love it though. I love it.
I did everything I could to make sure that our legacy was cemented. And now I'm working on mine being that way, because I've been doing this all my life and music is everything to me. So, but I have other talents. I can do politics. I do motivational speaking, stuff like that. So to answer your question, what can I tell somebody? See it, say it, get to work. It's that simple. I call it the $1 million formula. See what you want, say it every morning and evening, and then get to work making it happen. It's so simple.
Love it.
Okay, so remember back in the day when burned CDs first started?
Yes.
So that's what got me. When I remember I told you that I realized that Black people who are in Louisiana and Houston and that side, Southeast Texas, Southwest Louisiana, we all like the same things and not just one type of music. So I put that two Southern Soul songs on my 2003 CD. And the Love All For You is what it's called. It got hot. It got white hot. It was everywhere. I'm talking, if it's you in the juke joint, you at a house party, that song comes on, the chairs are empty, everybody's dancing. Right?
Yeah.
But you know what? Nobody knew it was me.
Right.
Because it was burned CDs. So women couldn't look at it and go, oh, he sings, I want to see him sing. There was no demand to see me sing. They just loved it. The DJs played it, and I never could do a gig on it, right? We were on the way to play up the East Coast one year while it was hot. And the girl at the counter was like, hey, where y'all going? Who are y'all? Y'all coming in with a trailer? Who are y'all? And said, we play with Sean Ardoin. Sean Ardoin? Where? She's looking around. He's like, over there. She said, you lie. I said, yeah. And they was like, come see Sean. So I was like, I'm Sean Ardoin. She said, no, you're not. Let me see your license. I showed her my license. She said, oh my God, close the door. You can have whatever you want if you just sing. Now look, why? Because she didn't see my face connected to the song.
Right. Branding
is so important. And so when I decided to do the Southern Soul thing, because ever since that time, all the DJs down here, all the fans of my Zydeco and the Southern Soul fans have been like, man, we need a Southern Soul track. You've been servicing these Zydeco people. Where's my Southern Soul? I need my Southern Soul CD. And I was like, I've been pushing it off. And then I said, you know what? Pandemic, let's go. So I changed it from Love Off of You to For You so that it could be fresh and put it out there. But man, it's taken off. People are loving it. It's like the #1 downloads on these DJ pools, and people, I got, like I said, DJs all over the world saying, send me a drop. So it's playing all over the place. I just need y'all to go check it out, stream it, add it to your playlist. If you do YouTube, it's on there. Watch it. I'm shooting a video for it on Monday, like a real video.
Yeah,
I'm shooting a real video for it on Monday, Tuesday, something like that.
That's fun.
Yeah, and so it's out there, and that's why Southern Soul, and that's why For You, and it's just another part of me, and people are loving it, and I'm so glad that they are.
Well, congratulations on all that you do. Maybe whenever the video is done and you get it loaded to YouTube, we could get a link and load it to the website as well.
For sure, I will get it to you.
Yeah. So thank you so much for coming. Thank you for sharing who Sean is. And that's a lot to share. Like this is just a little bit.
I know, but I talk fast though.
I appreciate you. I really do. Thank you for coming. I can't wait to have you a part of the magazine as well.
SEANARDOIN. SEANARDOIN.
You can't forget that.
I try. When I'm performing live with the band, I do that, and they go like, and I go, come on, SEANARDOIN.
I would love to come see you perform. If you near Oklahoma, Louis, Texas, wherever, I'm gonna try to come.
Sweet.
Whenever they do right.
When they do right.
We gotta
They're not doing right.
Get it together.
They're not doing right. So y'all follow me on all those platforms. Hit me up, jam it, add it. If y'all are still buying, we still accept the 99-cent buys. You know what I'm saying? Those are still valid.
That's right. You guys, let's support our people. That's the only way that we can, level up. So in the meantime, we're going to get out of here. Remember to respect yourself, respect each other. God bless.